So the Capitol Visitor Center is actually underneath there. Those kind of pink-toned stone pavers that you see there, that's rose-colored granite. It's from Millbank, South Dakota. And 160,000 squares of that were used to pave that plaza. Those white, kind of lighter colored borders in between the pinkish toned pavers that they're on, those are white granite pavers. They come from Isle, Minnesota. 40,000 of those. We're looking underneath the porticos here. These are the sort of covered walkways where when folks arrive, they step underneath, protected from the elements, although they don't need it today. We've got no snow and no rain.
Unlike Kennedy's inauguration where they were clearing snow.
Yeah, and as we've discussed, it was Reagan who moved the inaugural from the east front to the west, right? And 1981, President Reagan's first inaugural, I think it was like 55 degrees outside. It was a fine day. And then Reagan's second inaugural, 1985, 7 degrees here in Washington. They had to move that indoors at the last minute.
Well, members of Congress are filing in and other dignitaries. Can we hear what? The band?
You can hear the Marine Band, you sure can. They've already started up there. They've got a long day of performance ahead of them here. It really is a full concert that they're going to be delivering. We're going to hear some familiar tunes from them. They've also have prepared a couple special ones for the occasion. Marches from John Philip Sousa. And the Marine Band, actually those uniforms they're wearing, those are most similar to what they would have been wearing in the time of President Grant and John Philip Sousa.
I can tell you, having served in the armed forces, wool in the summer, no fun. This is great weather. Great weather for military personnel. I'd rather have it 40 degrees and below than 80 degrees and above.
Yeah, we lucked out with the weather today. I was looking at some tales of former inaugurations, and of course, we'll be hearing from the first ever Youth Poet Laureate a little bit later on today. I know, incredible young lady, just 22 years of age, I think, maybe.
Amanda Gorham, yes.
Amanda Gorham. And Robert Frost was the first poet who was invited to speak at the inaugural 1961 for President Kennedy. Frost had composed a poem for the occasion, but the glare coming off of the fresh snow, the glare was too bright. He couldn't actually read his own notes. They tried to help him out. Somebody held a top hat over to create a little shadow, and he still wasn't able to read his notes. So 89 years old, the poet Robert Frost actually recited one of his other poems from memory.
Janet, we haven't talked about them too much, and we will later. United States Capitol Police. This is pride of them. We have order, we have discipline. Things are moving as they should. So they take pride in this particular part.
So this is the time when we see people arriving for these ceremonies. We know folks are starting to take their seats out on the west front. And we're going to be seeing various people arriving here, coming underneath. That, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is President Obama.
You're not mistaken.
Arriving. And, of course, Michelle Obama there, a beautiful plum coat going into the Capitol underneath one of those porticos.
He never wears a hat.
I never noticed that, but you're right.
The members of Congress used to wear their hats inside the chambers, and then that stopped.
Everybody wore hats in the 19th century. Lincoln, actually, the first inauguration he attended was Zachary Taylor's in 1849, and President Lincoln actually lost his top hat in the massive crowds because, their inaugural balls and parties, these events, especially in earlier times in the 19th century, there were massive public events that people would come to Washington, flock from all around to. Of course, this year, things are quite different.
Mm-hmm. Friends, there is such a thing called Capitol Conversations, and it's something that our colleagues do during this time of closure of the Capitol. So visit thecapitol.gov, log on, look at our previous recordings, but all that we're talking about, we will do this over and over throughout the year until we're open. Let's see who's surviving now. I know what people are thinking. Are you making this up as you go? Well, right now I am, yes.
Well, it's we're talking about people arriving.
William Jefferson Clinton.
There he is, President Clinton
And
arriving there.
Senator Clinton can't be far away.
Or inaugurations used to be held, JFK, Lincoln, Andrew Jackson, until 1981 moved to the West Front so that more people could attend, so that more people could see, right? We looked down the National Mall earlier, you could see how there was room for people to watch from all kinds of different angles and to really fill up that space. Of course, things are a little bit different this year than they have been for inaugurations past.
You know, I just thought of a trivia question. And it's...
Oh.
How many left-handed presidents have we had? William Jefferson Clinton is left-handed.
Oh.
We'll think of it.
How
we might
many
work on that.
left-handed presidents?
How many
okay,
left-handed-
folks, you're going to write that one down. You're going to go to your favorite search engine.
Oh, the beautiful East Front.
Now, before inaugurations happened at the Capitol, when the Capitol still wasn't built, or after it was burned by the British in the War of 1812, presidents inaugurated other sites. So, Ron, as you mentioned earlier, across the street from us, the Supreme Court's current
Yes.
building, right on the site where President James Monroe was inaugurated. The Marine Band here. And we're going to be hearing from the Marine
Friends,
Band.
We've talked so much about them. Let's listen to our beloved Marine Band for just a little while.
Bye.